Good morning, everyone, and welcome to, unfortunately and sadly, our last full day in Prague. Last night was super fun, and I'm not going to pretend like I don't have mild hangover, which is fairly uncommon for me, but I think it's quite a potent combo of absinthe and tequila that has resulted in this. Anyway, we move on with the day. Today we have an action-packed day, and I'm standing sort of half in, half out. So somehow my video cut out while I was standing in the passageway and my bolt arrived, so we're just going to be filming from here. But we came to Misto before heading out with the rest of the day. So the plan of what I thought I had said while the video was cut was that we are having breakfast here and then heading to Prague Castle for a tour. It's a beautiful and expansive complex of royal castles, and then we have a subsequent plan which will be revealed at a later stage. It actually is very likely snowing, so I'm mildly concerned over how the tour is going to operate. I might need to go buy an umbrella before proceeding with Prague Castle. Food has arrived and it looks awesome. So this morning we got flat white and Turkish style eggs. So that is 2 poached eggs, garlic yogurt, pesto, some bread, some dill, some almonds, flat white here. Very much needed after last night, and I cannot wait to tuck in. I guess the rain and mild snow has not stopped. A more pressing issue, and one that I would classify as somewhat of a mid-major disaster, is that we missed our tour, and they are incredibly strict on time. It was just horrific traffic the whole way. I had coordinated to be here 15 minutes early, and there was an accident in the road. Someone spun out from the snow. We were out 5 minutes late, so bit of a shit show. My initial plan is honestly to try and join another tour, and you can easily identify tours by them holding specific colored umbrellas. I'm very annoyed with myself and semi disappointed that I missed it, but hopefully we can try just to sneak our way into another tour and still get the value of being here and being able to explore this huge compound of castles.
This way there's a small blue palace back. Because Tycho Brahe, the astronomer from the beginning, told him that they were born exactly in the same star constellation. Start with, why is it called Saint Vitus Cathedral? So it's called this way because inside of it there are relics of one saint. Therefore this was temporarily unfinished for over 500 years. At the bottom of it, a little bit to the right and a little bit to the left, there are 2 men on each side. Am I right? Yes. Is that a word? They got that even. But when they were finishing it, and that is Jesus Christ. Under him are the 6 most important saints of the Czech land, and under them in the blue triangle. And to get to that is 3 houses behind me, first this was rebuilt by our empress from 18th century, Maria Theresa. This direction, this is the St. George Basilica, the oldest still standing place in Prague Castle complex. It is in the year 973, so for over 1,000 years. Convent of St. George, so this is where the nuns lived back in the day.
But that is a wrap on the Prague Castle compound. Very, very lucky that we met a guard who was kind enough to let us join sort of halfway through the tour. So even though we definitely didn't get a fully comprehensive tour due to it was an accident this morning that caused my delay, and at least we got to see some of the history and facts about the area. And I would really strongly recommend anyone who's coming to the city to focus on the free walking tours before doing anything else. The guards are exceptionally knowledgeable, super friendly, super helpful. All you have to do is tip at the end. Yeah, it's very interesting, this place. Very old, beautiful view over the city. Unfortunately today, as you can see, is incredibly overcast. Still lightly snowing, but seems to have slowed down a bit. But from here, our next stop, and I might struggle with it a little bit as I'm still mildly hungover and I can taste absinthe in my mouth. Fortunately, absinthe is one of the classic alcoholic drinks here in the Czech Republic. It has an extremely high alcohol content, usually between 50 and 70% alcohol, so struggling with that a bit. But the next stop is going to be the Pilsner experience. So in Amsterdam, I did the Heineken experience, where they took us on a tour through the original Heineken factory. Here, I suspect it's going to be somewhat of the same thing. So going to be interesting to see the dichotomy of the two premium beer brands and beer styles of the two different places. So that is where we are heading to next. We have arrived at the Pilsner experience. Very cool, these little sort of headphones they give you that don't touch your ear. It's a good thing. I do not want to be sharing headphones with all the people that come here, but hopefully it's as good as the Heineken experience was in Amsterdam.
Then tap the bar and drink. If you are going to drink, this is finally the most important and very first part of the brewer.
And that's a wrap on the Pilsner Urquell experience. I hope you enjoyed the little snippets. I thought it was incredibly informative. super fun. I definitely recommend coming here, and ends of course at a bar where we are given tokens for 2 free beers. I've decided to only get one and rather take the other token home as a little memento. Pilsner is the base of 70% of the world's beers. Pretty much the only reason that is because the original founders forgot to patent their creation. So we can thank their unfortunate mistake for the base of a lot of the world's beers. Gonna finish up my beer and proceed with the rest of the day. We're just making our way to the exit through the gift shop, and by now you should know me. I get a cap every place that I visit, so I thought what better option than to get a cap of the Pilsner. Shows that it's revolving around Czech. I just wish it was a bit higher quality, but gonna get this cap. You get a 10% discount card when you book a ticket, so that's a little bonus. Just walking out of the Pilsner Urquell experience, we've stumbled upon yet another little Christmas market here, but more importantly, right in front, which I was not really aware of, is the Ambassador Casino, or Casino Ambassador, which I do believe has poker in the form of cash games. So I'm going to make my way there. Look around, maybe I can grab a bite to eat, as honestly that beer hit me a little bit. I think I'm still lingering with the absinthe poisoning, so to speak. Yeah, hopefully Casino Ambassador has some cash games, and if they do, definitely going to hop in and have another casino or another experience, another game, and collect another chip. We went inside to inquire, and I really hope I'm not getting like scammed or hustled here, but they said that there is a 2550 crown game running, which is about 20 rand, 40 rand, and they said the rake is 5%, capped at 6 big blinds, which is a lot. But one other very annoying thing is that when I go play at King's Casino, I don't need to use cash or anything. I just have the credit that's on my card, on my King's card. But here I need to go and withdraw crown, Czech crown, to play, and then when I cash out, I'm going to cash out in crown instead of euros, and there's nothing that you can do with crown in South Africa. So I am going to bite the bullet just to play, just to experience a different casino, but a bit annoying. Another fact that I think is utterly ridiculous is that they make you pay 200 crown for a registration or to get a casino card here, which if I'm coming here to gamble for whatever reason, why would you charge me a fee in a casino? Like, casino games, the house has an edge, even though in poker they obviously don't have an edge. No difference whether I'm coming here to play blackjack or poker. So I think it's quite ridiculous that they make you pay for a card, but we're gonna bite the bullet and draw some crown and go play a 2550 cash game. Fortunately, I knew this 100% going in, but the only exchange place in this area was a Euronet. And if I can give any piece of advice, it is avoid that place like the plague when it comes to exchanging money. They are disgusting in the exchange that they give. They market it as zero commission, but they give the worst conversion rate you can imagine. So I drew 5,000 crowns. I converted euros to crowns, and at the correct conversion rate, I should have gotten 5,000. I got instead 4,000. So that is 20% basically commission or fee that they charge, which is utterly disgraceful. Whatever, we're gonna win it back. We're gonna win it back. I don't really intend on playing for that long, but hopefully the game is good and action, and we just make up the massive loss we took in the conversion. It's very frustrating that my card does not work in casinos, because I would have been able to avoid that sort of conversion. If the card worked, I could have just bought chips, but is what it is. I asked them and they said absolutely not. I cannot film or photograph inside. Gonna try to sneak a photo for the Insta story, but let's just run well, play well, and book a profit here. That'll be fun. Okay, we just wrapped up the session there, played 2550 crowns. One little point to mention that as a poker player, I really should have known, and I'm a bit annoyed with myself that I didn't. As I got there, I lost a couple of pots and needed to add on, but was kind of stuck with only euros, and I know that in the casino they also charge a pretty shocking rate. So one of the guys at the table turns to me and he goes, "You have euros? I have crown." Exchange them at spot. So I definitely could have exchanged the entire initial buy-in at spot rate at the table. Very annoyed that I lost out there. However, we absolutely smashed them today. Bought in for 6,000 crowns and cashed out 16,000 in 2.5 hours. Very soft game. I did cooler one person with aces full versus his deuces full, so that obviously is a bit of sun run, but because we crushed it so hard, I've decided to level up the cuisine a little bit tonight. So I've booked a very special place that I'll reveal a bit later. So the plan is to walk back to the hostel, get ready, get showered, and make our way to that restaurant. Subsequent to that, the plan is to go back to the hostel, pack the suitcase, the backpack, and take it all with to King's, where we will be playing a cash session overnight till we leave in the morning. Unfortunately, I completely forgot to book my train to Budapest tomorrow, so I just booked that now. Quite expensive because it's the day before. Hopefully the last cash session here will go super well and it will be a phenomenal success on the trip. Having cashed the main event, done well at cash games, but never count my chickens before they hatch. If that is the saying, eggs, chickens. Very happy with that session, and that poker room is beautiful. Really, like, such a, to me, a hidden gem. Maybe it's exceptionally well known. Small little casino off the like area here. Let's not get run over. Just really magnificent marble with the beautiful table, automatic shuffler, great dealers, and super soft action. So really recommend putting in a few sessions there if you're in Prague. Other than that, I want to go play some higher stakes at King's. Okay, so we have finally made it out here for dinner. We are at Old Town Square, as you can see behind me, right in front of the astronomical clock, and I cannot wait for dinner tonight. I am at the restaurant 420, which is chefed by Michelin-starred chefs, and we are really in for some excellent and high-level Czech cuisine tonight. I'm going to take you inside and show you just a brief snippet of the kitchen, and then we'll get into some food.
From our bakery and a shop that we have downstairs. We serve traditional Czech roll rollings and a dark bun with a cumin and a salt, fermented fresh mushrooms butter with a yeast gel on the side. Also have a beef black pudding pate inside a bone barrel. And last one is Ames bush, which is mild potato cream with a hot Spanish roll.
I really hope that what the waitress was saying was audible in here. It is a little bit loud, but this looks incredible. I mean, this is really the type of red starter that you can expect from this tier of a restaurant.
May I? Alright, so we are serving now our duck and sweet bun. It's our duck pate. It's made from the liver part. On the top of the duck, there is a gel made from griot and cherries. we are serving our sweet bun with duck cracklings, and then on the side also we have our onion and apple chutney with hazelnut ice cream. Enjoy your food.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This looks unbelievable. The duck pate. Bun inside. I realized that the first waitress was unfortunately quite inaudible, so I'm going to try and get the manager to explain to me exactly what sort of that table bread was. But just incredible that the free bread that you would normally get at a restaurant, the quality and the level of sophistication that you get here instead. But this is now our starter, and we have our main following subsequently. It is a dish that my mom suggested I get for a while. It is a German dish, and I think this is going to be a slightly different level of sophistication to the dish that she would be accustomed to or was referring to.
And I will present the right afterward.
Thank you.
So we have here spätzle with a smoked brinza cheese. It's from Slovakia. On the top is grilled kale. Finished it with a Grand Moravia foam. And you can find in this dish button pepper. Please enjoy.
Thank you. So again, here is our main course. It is Spatzel. They come and bring it and present it with the sort of foam topping, and it smells unbelievable. This is the first time I've had this dish, and I don't think I would ever have a better one than this. Okay, what have we got?
Alright, so we have here Katovec roll or Katovec cigar, filled with a chocolate whipped cream. On the side is edible ash that is made from the poppy seeds and sugar. Right here, we have cherry jam, cherry granita. On the top is an ice cream, and finishing this with a pink pepper glaze sauce. Please enjoy.
Thank you. So, of course, we have to finish off the meal with dessert. I got the dessert that came the highest recommended by the waitstaff here, and just besides for the absolutely gorgeous presentation of the food itself, the dishes add such an extra element to the whole display of the meal. I mean, this cigar, it's truly like an ashtray with a cigar and the ash littered beneath it, just exquisite, and this looks so good. I cannot wait to tuck in. Okay, I am so grateful that I was able to experience such unbelievable culinary artistry. That was one of the best meals I've ever had in my life, and that is really saying something, because I have had some exceptionally good food in my life. But the only slightly annoying thing was that over the course of the evening I had 3 different waiters, and as you saw, only one of them was willing to put their face on the camera. So the other 2, their description of the food is not fully audible, but we'll put the exact description of every course in the description of the video. I got the waiter to write me a description of that entree with the bread and the amuse-bouche. It was just a phenomenal meal, and definitely happy to walk home, walk it off a bit. Yeah, my stomach is truly full. We're gonna walk home, we're gonna pack up, and then head over to King's for a cash game grind. I'm gonna have to scope out the room, because when I did play PLO, the games were popping off. Very dependent on the stack sizes that I see. So that first night was the deepest game I have played since being here. If I see that at Hold'em, I go to Hold'em. If I see that at PLO, I go to PLO. So that's the plan. I know that to mere mortals, this looks absolutely degenerate. But we are back at King's. It is currently midnight, and my plan is to leave here around 6:15. Play for 6 hours is a good enough session, and go from here. I decided to not pack up my bags and rather leave them there, leave a bit earlier, then schlep them all the way here, hope that there's storage, not risk it, leave it all back there. We'll go back there, head to the train, and then off to Budapest. But really hoping to have a great last session, and EPT main event is running, so I'm going to go check that out first, and I'm sure we can spot some big names and some cool players in there. So let's see what's up. Okay, so they just announced 5 more hands for the night, and then everyone's going to bag up their chips and merge for day 2. Obviously all the Czech crown that I won today I have 0 use for, so brought them all here, and I was kind of unsure of the exchange rate that they would give me. What do they give? Exactly spot. Super happy and relieved that it's very nice of them. I think they could probably get away with doing less than that, but at least we got spot, didn't have to lose any more money through exchanges, and the 2-5 tables look very good, so the 2-5 Hold'em, so it looks like we're going to be playing Hold'em tonight.
Thank you.
Okay, unfortunately that table broke. Wasn't very good actually. There was a couple of short stacks on the table, not great action, but gonna hop around and see if I can find another table. If not, PLO it is. I do not mind at all. Okay, and that is a wrap on the session here. The Hold'em game did not last for very long. We swiftly switched to 5-5 5-card PLO game. First table could not have gone worse. It was an absolute bloodbath, just to say the least. Got it in set over set, got stacked. Got it in with a wrap and the nut flush draw versus top 2. Didn't get there on 2 runs, got stacked. Yeah, so I was swiftly down like 1,600. I have a strict cap for myself of 2k per night. That's what I set for myself. That's what I would recommend that everyone do, is set a limit for yourself, because at some point you're gonna dig yourself into a hole so deep that you can't get out of. We were really looking like we were gonna hit our cap, and kind of just picked up momentum and came back, and only down very small on the night, so I will definitely take that as a win. Overall, cash games went super well in Prague. I am very happy with how I played. I made one mistake tonight that I definitely picked up on, and unfortunately it is somewhat of the same mistake that I made in the PLO mystery bounty in Vegas, and it has to do with bet sizing and leaving a certain SPR in the river, and it's something that I need to work on. For now, I'm gonna cash up, get my charger back that I've left on charge there, and yeah, I'm feeling very tired, very looking forward to getting some sleep on the train. It's about a 7-hour train ride, so definitely going to be able to rest up well. But yeah, just some closing statements about the series. I'm super proud of myself for having cashed the main event and having added the Czech flag to my Hendon mob. As most of you know, I am very passionate about having a diverse and global Hendon mob from lots of different countries. I was Obviously, incredibly upset with Vegas in July having not been able to add the US flag, but at least we got one here. Cash games have been phenomenal. Honestly, so many people here purely came to Prague, to Kings, purely to grind cash games. So a lot of them didn't even play tournaments. The cash game crushers came. Luckily, it went well for us. And we've got a friend here, 6 o'clock in the morning, Beluga. Unfortunately, some technical difficulties caused my last video, or my last two videos, inside the casino to basically be wiped. We managed to recover a vast majority of what we lost, and I only ended up losing very small on the night. Our Uber is here, and we are making our way to the main train station right now in a big rush. So I will continue talking at the station. So unfortunately, I was a little bit too worried and nervous about missing the train because everything was in the Czech language and it was a little bit difficult to navigate the train station, but made it on, came here very smoothly, and I'm currently in Budapest, Hungary,